one small thing.
Yeah.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker?
In a year full of comic book films, none of them have come close to making me think so deeply about so many relevant issues that Joker talks about. Joker is a new film from former comedy director Todd Phillips and stars the great Joaquin Phoenix as Arthur Fleck. Arthur is a struggling clown performer who wants to become a comedian, but when things start crashing down one by one, Arthur learns to accept that his life is not a tragedy, but a comedy, as he dons the name Joker. I was skeptical of this movie as of late, since DC films haven't been known for the best.
Damn! Save Martha! Why did you say that name?
But this year has been pretty great for the company. I thought Shazam was a fun family film that is one of my new favorite Christmas films. And when it came time for the Joker film, I was a bit nervous. The trailers didn't give me the fullest of confidences. Fortunately though, Joker is one of my favorite films of the year. Is it great? No, but it is good enough to be one of my favorites. As always, Joaquin Phoenix gives us a solid performance and gives a great interpretation of the character. The way he utilizes his laugh already gives a unique take. Fleck's disability in the film, which is the pseudo-bull-bar effect, gives the character a sad reason why he laughs. But that isn't the only type of laugh that happens in the film. He laughs inconsistently with everyone else, he fake laughs, and there's only really one time in the film where I feel like he genuinely laughs. His performance as Fleck is a dissection in of itself. Is it as good as Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight? I'd say it's about on par. Not as random or chaotic as Ledger's performance, but Phoenix is a grimier take, I would say. The best aspects in terms of production for me are the cinematography, production design, and music. Lawrence Sherr's cinematography gives some scenes the look of being in the late 70s, early 80s Gotham, with some shots looking beautiful at night with the glow of the electric neon. The production design of Gotham by Mark Friedberg gets to how grungy Gotham has become with trash everywhere, and the lighting of these locations adds to the suffocating environment. And the music by Hildur, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, starts off slow and atmospheric, and the ending leaves Joker in a crescendo of maniacal darkness. The story isn't half bad for something like a Joker movie. While one of my main issues with the film is that it borrows a bit too much from other films, for a Joker film, the film has so much going for it. Because this film has a lack of Batman, it forces us to look at ourselves and at society at large, and asks us the hard questions. Are we doing enough to try to help those with mental illnesses? Should it be alright for those in power to cut necessary funding for essential health programs? Do we ultimately deserve what Gotham becomes? Are we at fault for society's problems due to our inaction on these issues like political corruption, abuse of power, lack of mental health awareness? These are great questions to have asked in a film like this. And granted, these questions have been asked before in other films, but they work well for a Joker film. And while some people have had a problem with the ending, I actually found it to be quite interesting. Unfortunately, I can't go into too much specifics on this one because spoilers, obviously. With all these positives, what can I find wrong with the film? Well, aside from the film borrowing too much from Taxi Driver and The King of Comedy, the film has a couple other issues. The first one is the reveal that Joker's girlfriend is a manifestation of the Joker's need to be happy and justify his actions on the subway. This aspect isn't bad by itself, but the execution of how it relays the information to us, I found a little bit excessive. Rather than letting us connect the dots, the film cuts back to all the scenes that he and the girlfriend were in and juxtaposes them with Arthur alone in the same scenes. The effect would still be the same if these shots were taken out, but this was just one section where it held your hand. Aside from that, there is a music choice in one scene that is just kind of odd to be placing. And that is just a little bit of a nitpick on my end, and of course, we have to address the elephant in the room, and that is the controversies around the film. Leading up to the film, a lot of people were concerned about the violence in the film. However, having seen the film, I think the violence, while effective, was very tame aside from one kill. I can think of a ton of films with large amounts of violence. Hell, even The Boys on Amazon had some gruesome and violent sequences. At the end of the day, this is a Joker film. What were you expecting? You obviously are not supposed to fully sympathize with him in the end, because for as much backstory as they give in this film, he still kills. That is where the line is drawn. I understand people's concerns, and I'm not saying their points are invalid. I just simply don't agree. And for the media and society at large to blame not just this film, but art for society's problems, and not the real issues of corruption in the government and so on, are just proving Todd's point that he makes in this film. And for those ideas to be in a mainstream film like this is one that is just astounding. Some people also thought that this film was going to give rise to incel violence, and I have to say that they're just wrong again. There isn't a part in this film where Joker is all like, yeah, fuck women if they don't want my package. Like, that's just stupid. It would have been really stupid if they put that line in. This is just a bad argument to be making, and it's just for clicks. Don't buy into that argument. The fact that in an era of assembly line comic book films, we get one that is character-centric and helmed by a director who had a clear vision. We need more films like Joker, especially more character pieces. While Joker isn't a flawless film, it has a lot of good marks, and you may end up seeing this film being paraded around the Oscar campaign next season. I enjoyed the film from start to finish, and in a year full of superhero films, I think the studio with the most consistent quality output was DC. I really loved the MCU. I loved Endgame as a conclusion, and Far From Home was fun. For me, Captain Marvel was kind of the weak link and was just okay. But this year, DC really stepped up their game with Shazam being a fun and fluffy film about not giving in to the 7 deadly sins and finding family in the most unlikely of places. And now Joker, being a near great movie 2019, is one of my favorite films of the year. I'm going to give Joker an A. Thanks so much for watching my review of Joker. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And please make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.